All right, guys, we are back for Group 2 seating of Top Eliminator. So we got all of the cars out. There is 15 in this group due to the amount of entries that we have. So the rest of the groups from here on out will have a short amount. So there will be a car getting a buy run. First up in the right lane, we got the Holden, the white Porsche, up against Greg Milatz out of Michigan in the left lane. This will be heads up because it is seating. So this is seating 1 for Top Eliminator Group 2.
All right, left lane, Greg Milatz goes 6.13 with an 8. Right lane, Holden, the white Porsche, goes 1.1122.
So Boosted Mikey, Mike Kelly out of Georgia in the right lane. Looks like a Viper funny car. Up against 55 Chevy convertible, Dave Vince out of Tennessee. Looks like a G3 with braids and stuff on it. Let's see, that car did not stage. That car is not wanting to stage. Yep, that car is not staging, so we're just gonna run 1 on this one. Boosted Mikey is out of this first round seating.
Dave Vince goes 4.38 with a 4.
Next up, we got the Dodge Red Cap B100, Wendell Jones out of DC. Gonna be in the right lane. The car had no problem staging up against Blow Me by Racin' Rob out of Illinois. This is a Blow Pop sponsored funny car in the left lane.
All right, Racing Rob goes 1.077. Wendell Jones goes 9.29.9.
It's a quick 4-gear van. Next up, we got Gold Rush, Darren Anderson out of out of Indiana. Tyco 440X2 up against the Killer Sudden Death AA Fuel Altered by Rick Williamson out of California. This is a DR1, just a wicked build. Love fuel altereds. You gotta have a real pair to drive one of them. Oh, and it jumps the slot. Fuel altereds doing fuel altered things.
Darren Anderson goes 7.46 with a 7.
Moving to the right side of the ladder, we got rental number 3 by Cody Clark out of Colorado. Is a Vega T-Jet up against the Silver Bullet, Darren Anderson out of Indiana. I think that's the second car Darren Anderson has. This one, they are on different sides of the ladder though.
Darren Anderson goes 1.1145. Cody Clark goes 1.745.
Next up, we got the Beach City Chevrolet Corvette, Stuart Barber in the right lane out of Kansas. Super cool build. Looks like it's a G3 hopped up. Gonna run up against Erdelman's spow, Mark Haesly from Minnesota, the Skag Power funny car.
Mark Haesly goes 1.1162. Stuart Barber goes 7.62 with a 3.
Okay, next up, our last pair. Dos Palmas Machine, Rick Williamson out of California in that right lane. Looks like Rick has 2 cars in this round. Up against the Dirty Old Escort by Project Rattles out of Utah. This is a X-Traction Rally. Here we go, seating Group 2.
Project Rattles goes 1.14. Rick Williamson goes 0.4711.
Great run. That thing went all the way through our finish line. So that car went all the way through the end. I think it was 87 miles an hour or so. So last one up is going to be Saburo Watanabe out of Colorado. It's like a Viper with a super body, going to be in that right lane. This is going to be our last car for seating 1, Group 2 top eliminator.
Sabu goes 728 with a 1.
Great pass. All right, we're gonna get these tires cleaned and we'll be back for second seeding round. All right guys, we are back for seeding 2 in group 2 of top eliminator for the New Year's Nationals. Man, that is a long line, Sam. No, but we got the cars back up here, so we're gonna jump right back into it. So Holden the white Porsche, gonna be in the left lane this time. He ran a 1-1 last time, so that is a TFX T-Jet up against Rental 9. Greg Milatz ran a 613 with an 8 last pass. So we swapped lanes. Let's see how they do. Both of those cars ran real low in their index.
So Holden goes 1.1038. Greg Milatz goes 620.
All right, next up we got Boosted Mikey, going to be in the left lane this time. Last time he did not make a pass, so it's going to be in the left lane this time. Right lane is going to be the 55 Chevy convertible, Dave Vince. Made a pretty good rip last time, so both cars are staged. No problems for Mike's car this time. That is a hot Viper funny car.
Yep, Mike Kelly goes 440 with a 9. Dave Vince goes 429 with an 8.
So next up, left lane, Dodge Redcat B100, Wendell Jones out of DC. Ran a 929 last pass up against Blow Me, Racing Rob out of Illinois, who ran a 1077. Both cars running real good. Here we go.
Yobear goes 938.7. Racing Rob goes 1.0664.
Okay, next up we got Gold Rush running in the 7.4 index, going to be in the left lane. Actually, sorry, it ran a 746 last time. We're not sure what index it's going to be in. Up against the AA Fuel Altered, Rick Williamson out of California. The DR1 looking real good. I think that car probably needs some more downforce in order to stay on the track. Hopefully it can make a full pass this run. Let's see what happens. Oh, and it doesn't, but Gold Rush makes a full pass.
Darren Anderson goes 746.3.
Gold Rush jumps out of the slot again. Tough break for that car. Okay, moving over to the right side of the ladder.
Real quick, Dan. So what happens if a car doesn't get seated?
It's just going to basically go up there and run. So we'll probably set it at a 0.400 and just let it rip. So, I mean, it's the same as if it did make a pass. So, but we could not run it also. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? Run it?
I think we run it and put in the comments what you guys think we should do if a car doesn't make a seating pass.
So we'll run it. We'll just pretend that it ran on the fastest index. That way, if it breaks out, it breaks out. If it doesn't break out, then it'll just be a lot slower. But more than likely, it'll be a wash run. So, but let us know in the comments. So next up in the left lane, we got Cody Clark, 174 last pass, up against Silver Bullet, Darren Anderson in the right lane this time, who ran a 1-1-1-4. So that car is real low in its index. Let's see what we got.
All right, Cody Clark goes 158 with a 5, and Darren Anderson goes 121.7.
Next up in the left lane, Stuart Barber, Beach City Chevrolet out of Kansas. Going to be in the left lane this time. And in the right lane, we got the Erdelman Spuv, Mark Haesly out of Minnesota, right lane with the funny car. Old school versus new school.
Stuart Barber goes 745 with a 6. Mark Haesly goes 108.98.
We got Dos Palmas Machine, Rick Williamson out of California in the left lane. Ran a 471 last pass. And we got the dirty old Escort, Project Rattles out of Utah ran a 1:16 last pass. Two different types of cars on the same track. We got a drag car and a rally car. Here we go.
All right, Rick Williamson goes 458. Project Rattles goes 1.129.
Okay, this will be our last car for this second seating. We got Sabu Supra running in the left lane this time, out of Colorado. He ran a 728 last time. Here we go.
Sabu goes 721 with a 4.
Here we go. Great improvement. All right, guys, so you know the drill. We're going to get the tires cleaned. We will be back up for round 1 of Group 2 Top Eliminator. All right, guys, we are back for round 1 of Top Eliminator Group 2. We have our racers up here. They've already run their 2 seating passes. Going to be some real close racing in this first one. So first up in the right lane, we got the old white Porsche running in the 1.1 bracket. He is going to be running up against Greg Milatz out of Michigan, running in the 0.6 index. So going to be about a half a second head start here.
Winner Greg Milatz with a 614.
That little Porsche ran a respectable time, but he is on the trailer. So next up, Boosted Mikey, 0.400 index, right lane. And we got the Chevy, 55 Chevy convertible, Dave Vince, also running on the 400 index. So this is going to be a heads up race. They are both staged and they're running heads up first round. That's like Kai Kelly drawing Stevie Fast.
Winner Dave Vince, left lane, 438 with a 2. Mike Kelly runs 437 with a 1. It's pretty, almost a tie.
Almost 2,000ths of a second. So looks like left lane got the whole shot. It was a whole shot win for the left lane.
Yeah, that's a quick takeoff.
Yep, that is a ripper. So great job. Next up, right lane, the 900 index. We got Wendell Jones up against Blow Me running a 1.0 index in the left lane. So it looks like we got about a 1/10 split on these guys. Wendell's going to have to be patient on the line. Here we go.
Winner Racing Rob in the left lane, 1:06.0.
Next up, 700 index, Gold Rush, Darren Anderson, right lane, the Tyco. Up against Sudden Death, Fuel Altered, Rick Williamson. He's going to have to be running the 400 index. They are both staged. Let's see what happens.
Out of the slot.
Jump right out of the slot.
Yep,
Right.
winner Darren Anderson, 766.
Fortunately for that Fuel Altered, it is going home on the trailer. So next up, right lane, we got Cody Clark running that 1.5 index. Going to be running up against the Silver Bullet, Darren Anderson, running in that 1.1 index. Amazing to think that those fast cars could make a whole pass in just that split difference between some of the slower cars. Here we go. Oh, and he drove around him.
Yep, Darren Anderson with the win, 1.14.
Next up, right lane, we got Stuart Barber with the super slick Corvette running up against Mark Haesly out of Minnesota, running in the 1.0 index. So we got a 0.7 versus a 1.0. Make sure that car is down, which it is. Here we go.
Winner Stuart Barber, 755 with a 3.
Drove around him on the top end. Next up, Dos Palmas Machine, Rick Williamson, right lane, up against the dirty old Escort in the left lane. This should be a pretty good split here. We're looking at a 0.4 to a 1.1, so we're talking 7/10 of a second head start. That's about 3/4 track for the dirty old Escort.
Wow.
And he drove around him, holy smokes.
Escort breaks out. All right, Rick Williamson wins with a 463.
Dang, breaks out by 6 thousandths. Rick Williamson moves on. So even though he had one out on the right side, he's got one in on the left side. So next up, we got Sabu Supra going for the bye run into the next round. So this pass will be for the glory. I believe this car was picking up each run. Ran a 720 last time, I think. Let's see what it does this time.
Sabu goes 738.
738. Moves on to the next round. All right, guys, that is our first round for Group 2. So we're going to go ahead, clean the tires, and we'll get reset, and we'll be back shortly. All right, guys, we're back with round 2 from Group 2 in Top Eliminator. So first up, we're going to run in the right lane. We got Greg Milatz running in the 600 index with the rental running up against the 55 Chevy convertible in the .400 index. This should be a great race. Kind of a couple of door cars. That Corvette ain't no cruiser though. That thing is fast.
Greg Milatz with the win, 628.
628 takes the win. So next up we got Blow Me from Racing Rob in the right lane, 1.0 index, up against Gold Rush running in the 700 index. This should be a very, very close race at the finish line. We got a 3/10 head start. Let's see what happens at the line.
Darren Anderson with the win with a 776.
Wow. Gold Rush must have slowed down. Now moving over to the right side, Silver Bullet running in the 1.1 index in the right lane. And Stuart Barber with the Beach City Chevrolet running the 700 index. Both cars are staged, couple of Corvettes there.
Winner Stuart Barber with a 740 with a 9.
Next up, we got Dos Palmas Machine running in the right lane in the 400 index up against the Sabu Supra, Sabu Watanabe in the 700 index in the left lane. Looks like we're looking at a 3/10 head start. Can the American Muscle run him down?
Winner Sabu Watanabe,
Wow.
729 with a 1.
All right, so that gets us down to our final 4. So we got Gold Rush, Greg Milatz, Stuart Barber, and Sabu Watanabe in our final 4. So we're gonna get the tires cleaned. We'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back with our final 4 in Group 2. So we're gonna jump right into it. We got Greg Milatz in the right lane, 600 index, running up against Gold Rush. So both of these cars are a goldish color. He's running in the 700 index. So we're looking at a 1/10 head start for Gold Rush. Let's see how they go. One of these cars is going to the final.
Winner Greg Milatz with a 613 with a 6.
Wow. Wow, Gold Rush really slowed down that time, huh?
Yep.
He was running the 7s. So tough break for Gold Rush. Great job for Greg Milatz. You are in the final. Next up in the right lane this time, we got Stuart Barber, Beach City Chevrolet, running up against the import Sabu Supra. So he took out one of the muscle cars last round. Let's see if they can do it again. There is going to be a little bit of a stagger start here.
Winner Sabu with a 728 with a 5.
That was a heads-up race too, huh? So
Yep.
Great job, Sabu. Tough one for Stuart Barber. So we're down to our final. We're going to get those tires cleaned. All right, guys, we're back for the final round of Group 2 Top Eliminator for the 2025 New Year's Nationals here at Viper Scale Racing, the headquarters for SCDRL. We got Greg Milatz going to be in the right lane And we got Saburo Watanabe going to be in the left lane. So import versus domestic. We are going to be running this final round right now. Looks like we got a 600 versus a 700. Sorry about that. Final round, Group 2, top eliminator.
Left lane, Saburo Watanabe with the win, 728.
Yep, Sabu takes the win. 728.
Yep, both guys ran super consistent. Really close race, actually.
So great job, Sabu. That was decided by 0.02 of a second, so that came down to the wire. Definitely watch the replay on that one if there's a replay or the highlight reels. But congrats to Sabu. We're going to go over to the prize table and we will get you guys your prizes. So great job. All right, guys, we are at the prize table for Group 2 Top Eliminator. We're going to draw our winner, Saburo Watanabe, first. So let's see what he gets. First draw is going to be a body, 740-41. So we're looking at, we don't actually know because it's not on the front of these. 38-41. So it looks like super cool 65 Chevy Pro Mod body donated to us by harrycanary.com. So great prize for first place. Second place prize coming up for Greg Milatz. Let's see what Greg's going to get. This is totally random, so he wins a body also, 736. So that is 2 back. Looks like he is winning a 2019 Mustang Pro Mod. Looks like a nitrous Pro Mod by Harry Canary. So great job. Thanks to Harry Canary for both those prizes. Let's draw one more for our first place winner of Saburo Watanabe. Lucky Bob $10 gift card. Great job. So here we go. Sabu $10 gift card. So $10 gift card and a body for the Supra. Great job. We're going to go get Group 3 ready and we'll be back.